I was also taught as a young boy that your intentions have nothing to do with the outcome of your actions. You may have intended the best things in the world, but if the outcome was an unintended outcome, you need to address the outcome. And you don't address the outcome with your intentions. You address the outcome as the outcome. Man, it has been an interesting morning, to say the least. I got into my office from dropping my kids off at school, and I received a couple of text messages for some business associates. And the text messages read, "The money plug is going off on you right now on TikTok." And I'm like, the money plug? So it jogged my memory. I just released a reaction video to a reaction video by Anton on something the money plug said about Dave Ramsey not being for black people. Now, in my opinion, my reaction to the video really had nothing to do with the money plug, the person. I disagreed with her premise, but I didn't think that in my disagreement of her premise that I actually attacked her, the money plug, the person. So I listened to her rant on TikTok, and she was going crazy, cussing me out, talking about my hairline, all kind of stuff. And I'm like, man, what did I do to this woman? So she's talking about how I offended her when I degraded the board certification that both she and I carry as credit repair specialists. Now, Anton seemed like he didn't know what a credit repair specialist does, didn't understand what the board certification was. So I went into a monologue about my feelings about the credit repair board certification. So before we get into my side of things, let's hear what she had to say in her video that Anton reacted to, and let's see how Anton reacted to it. And then we'll play my video to follow that up. Let's go.
This is a woman called the Money Plug, a black woman that gave her opinion about Dave Ramsey and whether or not Dave Ramsey can speak towards financial issues with related to the black community. Make sure y'all hit a like for the YouTube algorithm, subscribe to the channel, and then turn on your notifications. Let's continue to get it in.
Dave Ramsey's advice does not apply to black people. Allow me to explain. What's up, everybody? My name is Marquis. I'm known as the Money Plug on social media, and I'm a board-certified credit repair specialist. The vast majority of the clients that I get are black and brown individuals from communities where they were at or below the poverty line. The common thread between all of my clients is a lack of financial literacy. Predatory lenders love communities where they don't have any financial literacy because that is where they make the most money. The astronomical interest rates in check cash and payday loan places, you don't see those in the suburbs. You see them in urban, poverty-stricken areas. Something else that is always in these areas is the fact that nobody's making enough money to survive. So how are they going to budget their way out of poverty when they're not even making enough money to make ends meet?
So let me stop right there. Let's rewind what she's saying. Let's take in everything that she's saying in order to really, really understand what's being communicated here. Now, first and foremost, I do not know her background. I don't know anything about her. She said she's a board certified credit repair specialist. I have no idea what that is. As a person that has been incredibly successful and financially blessed myself, I personally do not know what a board certified and what board certifies. And again, it's probably just because of my ignorance. I have no clue on what a board certified credit repair specialist is.
Okay, so that's Anton's take on this, right? No problem. Most people don't actually know. I took the opportunity to pause the video right here in my video I released last Friday and explain my thoughts on the CCA and the board certification process when it came to certifying credit repair specialists. So let me stop the video right here and explain to you what a board certified credit repair specialist is. Around 2019, it was 2020. It was just as the pandemic was starting to kick off. Credit repair was becoming incredibly popular among people who were trying to get online and make money. And rightfully so. Most people's credit was going down the tube during COVID, no problem. But what happened is you had a group of people get together who had been in the credit repair community for years, because credit repair goes back decades, and they put together this little janky ass system that convinced us that we needed to, in order to be considered legitimate, become board certified credit repair specialists. What this consisted of was being able to take a very common sense test while answering questions about credit credit repair, blah, blah, blah. Now, if you had been doing credit repair for a while, this was an easy exam to go ahead and fly through. But there was no real prerequisites in order to take this quote unquote board certified specialist exam. I fell for it. A lot of other credit repair specialists fell for it. It's the most ridiculous thing in the industry. However, since she did go ahead and go through the process, they do send you a little certificate or a couple little certificates once you complete it. But I had been doing credit repair for almost 12 years. I didn't need this crap. I knew what I was doing. And it doesn't tie into the government in any way, shape, or form. When you go look up a board certified credit repair specialist, it takes you to some janky website that means nothing to anybody legitimate, especially when it comes to the government. Now, when you become an insurance agent, you have to deal with the insurance board for your state. That is a government entity. When you become a licensed contractor to build homes or build property, that ties into the state. When you become a doctor or a lawyer, that ties into the state or to the country that you practice in. This board certified credit repair crap doesn't tie into nothing. So as far as his confusion as to where that comes from, I can understand why, because it doesn't mean anything. So now that you see what my thoughts were on the CCA, the board certification process when it comes to credit repair specialists, you can kind of see why I'm a little bit confused as to why she's so pissed, because I included myself in the people who went and got board certified by this entity that's a private entity with no real tie-in to the government or to any real regulatory agency. If you're certified and licensed through FINRA, Series 6 and 63 or Series 7, there are regulatory agencies that back that certification that hold you accountable. If you are a life insurance agent, a property and casualty agent for insurance, there is a government-backed entity, a commissioner of the state that holds you responsible for the things that you do and say behind that license. If you are a physician or a lawyer or a contractor, there are government, state regulatory agencies that hold you accountable for your work. All I was saying was that the CCA is not a government regulatory agency. She went on to say something about CROA, the Credit Repair Organizations Act, and how it will hold you responsible. This is true, but it still has nothing to do with the process or the legitimacy of being a board certified credit repair specialist. Yes, you have to have a bond for your state that meets certain limits in order to practice credit repair in each state, but it still has nothing to do with the CCA. She took so much offense to me saying that being a board certified credit repair specialist doesn't actually amount to much. Now, while I disagreed with her reaction to that, I sat and I listened to her talk for a little while, okay? And I was taught as a young man that if you offend somebody, you need to address the offense in the same way with the same vigor that you created the offense with. And so I clearly offended this woman, okay? Especially for her to title her video or her live, "Black Men Are My Opps." I'm like, dang, dude, I've never attacked a black woman or any woman for any regard, for any real reason at all. For her to see it this way, it had a little bit of an impact on me. So it caused me to be a little bit introspective as to how I approached this situation. What did I really do wrong here? So I listened to her go on her live, and she made a remark that after my video posted, started to pick up some views. It posted on Friday. It's got about 20,000 views now, so it's a significant amount. She started getting messages, comments, DMs, disparaging her and her work. That was never the intent. Now, I was also taught as a young boy that your intentions have nothing to do with the outcome of your actions. You may have intended the best things in the world, but if the outcome was an unintended outcome, you need to address the outcome. And you don't address the outcome with your intentions. You address the outcome as the outcome. My intentions of explaining my thoughts on the CCA and the certified credit repair, whatever, right? All that crap, was to give my thoughts on that entity, on that certification process, on that certification and the weight that it carries. But what I never really thought about was how she utilizes that to legitimize herself to an audience that has been scammed over and over and over and over again. And that was an oversight that I quite frankly do regret, because never in the history of me posting videos, and it's been a while now, have I ever intended to ever take money out of somebody's mouth, ever injure the reputation of their business or their person with the content that I post, unless you are a scammer. So I was like, okay, cool. Before I make this particular video, let me go check out some of her work. Let me go check out some of her videos. Let me go see what she's all about. Now, she said I should have done this before I made the reaction to Anton's reaction, but I was truly reacting to a video that was sent to me to react to. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. So when I reacted to her video, I just simply disagreed with her premise. So I was talking about that video, but when I introduced the illegitimacy of an organization or a certification that she may carried, I crossed the line. So I went and looked at some of her content, and it's remarkable how similar my content is to hers. There are not very many videos that she has that I disagree with almost anything that she has to say. Now, y'all know that I've posted videos about scammers on this channel, and when I go in, and it is personal. This was never intended to be that. I have injured a person that is good for our community. I took something from her, which is her legitimacy, unintentionally, but that doesn't make it okay. I wanted to take this time to issue an apology to Markia, the money plug. I actually enjoy your work. You are one of the good ones. Now, while I don't agree with everything you say, because some of your views don't align with my views, I do support you, and I do appreciate the work that you do. Now, while this video may never reach you, I am a man of extreme integrity, and I carry no pride when it comes to taking care of business the way it needs to be taken care of. This was something that needed to be addressed, and it shouldn't wait another day. My followers and my subscribers have come to know my content as being that of the most high integrity. Now, I may not always be right, but I'm always going to give it to you the way I see it. The way I saw this was short-sighted, and it was wrong. Now, what I should have done was go on to mention that no matter how I feel about the CCA and its certification and designations, that Markia does hold an AFC designation. She's an accredited financial counselor. This is a real designation. This is a real certification. And by doing that, I would have not only done what my intended job was, but I would have kept her out of harm's way by showing that not only is her content extremely valuable to our community, but that she's incredibly credible and legitimate. Now, whether we carry these designations or not, it doesn't make our information any less legitimate, because what's real is what's real. But I did not address this situation in the proper manner. And for that, I'm sincerely sorry. I'd love for you guys to go check out Markia's channel. You guys can find her anywhere on the internet at The Money Plug. Her advice and her efforts are truly needed in our community. I appreciate you guys for watching this video. And as usual, I want to say thank you so much for supporting my content, because I know that you guys can go anywhere on the internet, including Markia Brown, The Money Plug's channels. But you're here with me. Be blessed.